Okay guys, today we're doing lesson 1-4, page 12 and 13 in your book. So go ahead and turn there now. Now remember to take notes on the video. First note or rule that I want you to remember is each whole number has its own point on a number line. Today we're going to be talking about understanding number lines. Another important rule to remember is 0 is the least whole number on a number line. Another thing is a number line goes on forever and ever. It never ends. The distance between any whole number and the next number is always the same. So for instance, if I had a number line like this, and I had point A, B, and C, the distance from A and B would be the same as from B and C. This distance is the same as this distance. Now let's look at number 1 on page 12 of your book. You've got a number line, and they've labeled it 10, A, 12, B, and 14. And they wanted to know what is point A on this number line. So let's look at a pattern. We know we're familiar with the whole number 10, and we're familiar with the whole number 12, and we're familiar with the whole number 14. So what pattern could we try to find that would come between 10 and 12 and 12 and 14? Well, all of us know that the number 13 comes, oops, I messed up, skip one. The number 11 comes between 10 and 12, and number 13 comes between 12 and 14. So point A on this number line would be 11, and point B on this number line would be 13. Now let's look at number 2. We've got 10, A, point B, and point 13. Now we're familiar with the whole numbers 10, and we're familiar with the whole number 13. So point A and point B are going to come between 10 and 13. So if we start at 10, and let's just say this would be 11, 12, and then we have 13. So point A on this number line is number 11, and point B on this number line is 12. What you always need to remember is start with what you know or what you're familiar with, and we're familiar with the whole number 10, and we're familiar with the whole number 13. And whatever comes between those numbers, you've got to figure out a pattern. Now I want you to practice. I want you to look at number 5, and I want you to copy that number line just like you see it on number 5 in your notebook. Okay? You should have D, 1, 2, E, 4, and F. I want you to pay attention to the whole numbers, and I want you to look for a pattern that could fall for place D, E, and F. And I want you to tell me what those points are in your notebook. If you've got any questions or you become confused, write those questions down in your notebook, and we'll answer them first thing tomorrow morning. We'll see you tomorrow.